Hello, it's Friday, and not only is it Friday, but it's Good Friday, and a very, very happy Easter to all of you. But of course it's not the normal Easter. We can't have a house full of friends, but we can certainly have a house full of flowers. What do you think about that? Absolutely. No excuse for a little bit of Easter decoration, even though it might be dinner for two. So, on we go with a special basket. I've no idea where I got this basket from. It appeared as if by magic in my storeroom, and it's the perfect shape to do our Easter design in it. There's a small piece of foam in the centre, some moss, and of course a little bit of the choicier Sundance just to get us started with the design. I'm using today, no expense spared, some wonderful calla lilies. Really, really gorgeous yellow theme, and I'm going to secure them into the design with just a little bit of paper covered wire, just because I want to follow the arc of the handle of the basket, and so I'm just securing their heads in place as we go, following that line all the way round as we go into our design. And of course, lilies are synonymous with it this time of year. Churches, I'm sure, will be decorated with those lilies. Always a tricky thing to get those lilies open, like weddings. You know, if a bride wants some lilies, you've got to make sure that you nurture them and get them out ready for the day. But these are all ready for us, and the stalks making good sense of our design, and really, really fabulous flower. So I'm just, as I say, moving around with the lovely Santa Disha lily. Really, really fantastic and ultra special. So I hope you've got all your eggs, your chocolate eggs indoors. I've been looking for mine, still not arrived yet, but I'm sure it will eventually. Do like a bit of chocolate, not just at Easter, but at any time really. So putting, again, following those heads of our design around the basket, securing with our paper covered wire, which you can easily get online if you haven't got any, and again wrapping those stalks around and making a real feature. I'm going to turn that round so I can see what's going on this end, and I might even just secure that stem nicely, very, very gently to that stem of the other lily. And then I'm going to add some favourite tulips. As you've probably gathered by now, tulips are my absolute favourite flower, though I am a little bit fickle where flowers are concerned. Certainly for Easter and at this time of year, tulips are perfect. And of course the excitement tomorrow as to which way they will be facing, because as we know, they are phototronic. They grow towards the light. But these, stripping them down, making sure the moisture's going to the head of the flower, and again making sure that there's air and light, and as Constance Spry used to say, enough room for the butterflies. Not that there are butterflies around just yet. So with those tulips and beautiful Santa Dishas in, I've got a couple of the Germini, changing the shape of the flower and giving us a contrasting shape with the roundness of their jolly heads. They really are such a jolly, jolly flower. And then I've got some of this fragrant flowering genista or broom, which would give us a light, fluffy texture into our design. And as you can see, I've just worked just one side of the basket, and look, there's another one. I'm not worrying about odd numbers, even numbers. I'm just worrying about making sure that I've created a gorgeous design. And again, we're going to take that Janista just up through that blue. I wish you could smell it. I can smell the fragrance of the broom right here. Wrapping it round and just tucking that nicely in. And I'm going to have a couple of pieces just flowing over the side. Just a little bit. Why not? It's Easter. And it really gives a sort of light flavour and naturalistic feel. We've got our moss in the bottom. We've got our Janista just giving us a little touch of spikiness, which we don't mind with this design, and not completely filling the basket, which I think is a good thing. Letting the basket really show off. So you can see, look, just to one side I've created that design, and I can hear you asking, what's going in that? Is it just going to be left on its own? No, because I've made my own little bird's nest. I've woven some of the birch that I had left over. I've got some artificial eggs, and I'm just going to place that into this corner of the basket. I should be giving this birch nest to one of our birds, as we've got plenty in the garden that I'm sure are looking for somewhere to nest. But I think I've got one more tulip. I think I've got a little bit of a gap. I'm just going to pop that right in the centre, just like that. And there, that completes our Easter basket. So from me to all of you, have a fabulous Easter. I'll see you next week for flowers for the weekend. But from me to you, cheerio.